Hi everyone and welcome to our podcast at Temi. Temi is an international software development company that designs, builds and delivers software for sustainable businesses and promising startups. Today we've got our incredible guest, Charlotte Journo-Baur, CEO and founder of Wishibam. Charlotte, how are you doing?
Hi, thank you. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Charlotte. And Charlotte, before we start talking about Wishibam, can you tell us a little bit about who's Charlotte? Tell us something about yourself. Maybe not so many people know.
So, who am I? I'm the CEO and founder of Wishibam. I am a mom of a 1.5 child. I love dogs. I have 2 dogs, 1 cat. At the office, they think I'm crazy about animals, and so they're not very happy about it because I have my 2 dogs at the office. I decided to found Wishibam after working for a consulting firm, very famous consulting firm, because my intuition was that they found a software enabling retailers to reconnect with sustainable growth is missing, because I thought that it was very, very, very difficult for a retail company to integrate an omnichannel experience within their retail history, which means that when I found Wishibam, a lot of software were existing, enabling retailers to implement an e-commerce, but it was very hard for retailers to implement an e-commerce that fits their existing business and that was easily to deploy, which means that which is fast, which is easy to use for the people in the stores. And so, as I'm a children of retailers, my grandmother still has her store. I thought it would be very, very important to develop this company and help retailers to reconnect with sustainable growth, capturing, in fact, the growth of e-commerce in their existing business. At Wishibam, we are, which is what is called in France an entreprise à mission, which means that we have a goal, a why, and this why is to ensure the diversity of tomorrow's retail. So it's very important to us to have a technology that will fit for big players such as malls, for very little retailers such as independent shops, and for big retailers such as Nike, Galeries Lafayette, Intersport, which are retailers we're working with. Today, we went from 1 client in 2019 to more than 50 clients. We are operating our business in 6 countries in Europe, mainly. And yeah, it's nice. I think we are happy about it, and our team is happy about it.
So this is very interesting, actually, because this idea of local digitization is actually coming from your childhood when you were a children. So you actually worked in the some kind of local store.
Yeah, exactly. In fact, the main idea, I was working as a consultant for a big firm, and I was helping big retailers to rethink e-commerce, because my clients, which was the big retailers, was struggling with implementing an e-commerce which will be profitable and which will use, in fact, his existing business. And so what I found is that if you implement an omnichannel strategy, you will benefit from from the best of 2 worlds, which means the traffic, the direct traffic that you have with the notoriety stores have, because in fact, when you have an e-commerce and when you are just an e-commerce platform, if you are not doing some Google ads, Facebook ads, and so on, it's very difficult to find your store. If you are a retailer, in fact, you have like traffic, natural traffic all along the day. And so this natural traffic is valuable. So the main idea was to say, okay, our client today is buying both online and physically, which means that today they want one and only experience. They want to be recognized and they want to benefit from the best of the two worlds, which means the experience of stores and the convenience of e-commerce. And when I was working as a consultant, it was very, very hard to find someone, a software, enabling our clients to deploy this strategy. So we had to take many software players to build this ecosystem and to build this experience. And as I really know the retail and I know the industry and I know what it means to be a salesperson, because my grandmother is still a salesperson in her shops, I knew that if you have like a complicated software, complicated to manage, it will be impossible to make it work, because it will be very, very costly. You will have to train people and to train a lot of people a lot of times, because people are moving fast in this industry. They are changing fast. You will have also to manage new stocks, new team, and I thought it would not be very profitable, because in fact you will build two different business. Our idea is to use the existing business and make it grow using in fact the e-commerce.
How your MVP was looking, from which product and feature set you started?
Yeah. In fact, as I knew the industry, I decided to build the software at the reverse of the existing software. So it means that what we did is that we built something that could be used in store by a salesperson, which is not used in fact to use a software. So we start with the marketplace, and we didn't want to build a common marketplace in which brands have to do some specific development. We wanted to build a marketplace in which it was very easy to get the brands on board, because our main idea was to build, in fact, the digital mirror of physical places, which means that we had to integrate many stores with many IT systems. For instance, we're working with malls. If you digitize the 100 stores malls, you will have to get the connection with 100 different retailers using 100 different IT system, POS, not at the same stage in terms of digital maturity and so on. So the main idea was to say, as for McDonald's, came how you are, and do not change things to come into our marketplace. It will be very easy. So we built this marketplace. We built something which is called the hub at Wishibam. The hub enables us to get every product feed from very different system without asking some specific development. And this is something we act, in fact, in fact, because thanks to that, we went from, I don't know, 80 retailers in 2020 to more than 3,000, 3,000 retailers today. And retailers do not mean point of sales. We are working today with more than 30,000 different point of sales from more than 3,000 retailers. And this is something very, very powerful that we create, because if you want to get into other marketplaces, such as Amazon, for instance, you will have to do some specific development and adapt yourself to Amazon constraints. Our first idea was, there is no constraint for you. You get into if you want to get in. So we start with this. So it helps us to digitize streets at the very beginning. So in fact, we integrated every stores that were close to our office, and we put it online on our marketplace, and we operate what was called Wishibam.com, which was our own platform to test our products. When we did that, we saw that it was working like crazy in terms of sales for the stores, because we increased the store's performance by something around 30%. So it means that the stores generate an additional revenue of 30% of the initial revenue in the store. So let's say that you are doing your stores generating 1 million euro. In fact, for these stores, we were generating more than 300,000 euros a year. And so we did that. And after, we were like, okay, so now that we are doing a lot of revenue for these stores have to manage a lot of new logistic, because it was the ship from store ID, which means that in fact people buy online what they can find in store in real time. So the order had to be prepared in store and had to be shipped from store. So we developed also an OMS, an order management system, very easily to manage for salespeople, enabling us to manage the new orders from the e-commerce platform, but directly from their stores, and to manage it efficiently, because they have to take care of the clients that came into their stores. So it was something also very important that we developed later, the order management system. And this order management system is integrated to a lot of delivery partners that after that the order is ready, came into the store and take care of the delivery. And the last but not least module that we've developed is the data management system, enabling our clients to really understand what they sold, at what place, when they will be out of stock, if the pricing is good or not good, because how do they price the product compared to the competitors, but not only the physical competitors, but also online competitors. And today we're working on more data, to use this data to drive more traffic into stores, based on what we know that stores based on what we know that work in store, but also based on what we know that the end customer wants.
I can understand. I can understand the integration to the biggest stores if they already have some systems. But what if we talk about very small local stores? Maybe I have my warehouse listed in the spreadsheet, and I don't have any system to integrate. Is it still applicable to Wishibam?
Yeah, of course. In fact, as we are still working with cities and digitized streets, we have a lot of little independent stores that are not equipped and do not have their own POS, do not know what they have in store. And so, if they want to have an integration with the spreadsheet, it's possible. If they want to create their product feed manually directly on the back office, it's something possible. It's a marketplace actually. But also we developed something great for us. We developed Stock Easy. Stock Easy is a mobile app application. It's a mobile application that is working with a barcode scanner. And when you scan your barcode, in fact, we find directly the description and the images linked to the barcode reference. So it helps the little independent stores to be digitized very, very easily. To give you an idea, in fact, as you just have to scan all the barcodes to have your product feed and to have your product feed online, I will say that to put online an entire library, sorry, it would take something around maybe 2 days to have all something around, maybe you can have 10,000 different references online in the meantime. And the idea after is to say also to the independent store, okay, now that you have your store online, when someone is buying your product in your store, you just have to scan it again. So it will decrease your stock in your online platform. And so you will still have your digital mirror. So it means that when a client will buy online your product, you will be sure that you will have your product in store and that you will be able to validate the order. And so by helping this independent store to get the references online easily, in fact, we are also giving them a tool to know what they have in store in terms of stock, to know what is working in store, to know if the pricing is good, to know when they will be out of stock on one of their bestsellers, for instance. And in fact, the idea is also to help them to be more efficient in store thanks to this tool.
Right. That's understood. And let's probably talk a little bit about the team. You're not technical founder, right? And how did you find your CTO? Because that's not such an easy task. What's actually your criteria to select to find a CTO?
Yeah, in fact, you're right. We are a technological company, and so we needed to have a great CTO. And our CTO is the partner of the company, which means that he has shares. I found him like thanks to people I knew. So he was leading the e-commerce for a big French company, which is called My Little Pies. He was also working for a big e-commerce platform, very famous in Europe, called Bazar Chic. And he has an experience in building software in complex industry. So in fact, when I met him, we have like we both, in fact, we agreed on what could be the future of retail. As he knew, in fact, the e-commerce industry, he thought that the e-commerce industry was building like the wrong way, because the e-commerce industry was not using the strengths of retail, and they are struggling with acquisition costs. They are struggling with delivery. 1 day delivery is very costly, and when I pitch him the idea of reconciling both environments and building something that could be profitable for a retailer, that will also have a social impact, an economic impact on the industry, he joined. So I was very, very happy to have him on board and to give him shares. And so we are now working together for more than 3 years.
Do you have all your software development team in-house? What was the size in the very beginning, and how many engineers do you have right now?
Yeah, we went from 1 to more than 20 today. And yeah, we have a team. In France in our office. We're also working with like companies that are providing us some developers. The organization is that, in fact, we have our team to build the software, to keep improving the software, to keep developing new functionalities on the software. And we are using other teams to do some specific development for clients. We have a lot of clients that really wants to have their own experience and very customized, for instance, in terms of front office. And so we are happy to have we have some partners we are working with for this kind of development.
And you are operating on the market for already for about seven years, right? And yeah. The market of B2B marketplaces is going to double in the next 5 years. So how actually market changed during all this time? How does it feel to, I don't know, compete with Amazon on the market?
In fact, I'm not competing with Amazon. I'm helping retailers to compete with Amazon and having the good tools to implement a profitable e-commerce strategy. And we saw that in 7 years, in fact, e-commerce increased by more than 162%, footfall decreased by 60%, but retail, but e-commerce, is only in Europe 15% of the global total sales in retail. So it means that retail is still alive. We believe in retail. What we know is that today the customer is buying online, physically, from France, if he's French, from China, from UK, from US. And so the retailers has to compete with many more competitors than before. So our main goal is to give them the right software to make them grow, in fact, grow again.
And having so many data from stores, you probably can very effectively utilize machine learning and data management intelligence, right? So could you give a couple of interesting examples how machine learning and data intelligence could make companies grow?
Yeah, in fact, we are using machine learning in 2 different modules. In the hub module, enabling us to get the product feed from brands, even if without asking some specific development, because we had to take the product feed, to retrieve the product feed, and to make it fast. So we develop a specific system enabling us to do so. based on machine learning. And we are also using machine learning on the end customer management, which means that we know we try to know what customers will buy when, from where, and the idea is to connect it to what the stores have, to make them buy from stores directly. So this is a kind of things we are doing. We are also doing machine learning to understand what is going well in store, what could be improved in terms of products, when you will be out of stock, what you should, when you are a store, buy more because it will work more in your area, and things like this. In fact, to give the stores some insights to be more efficient and to sell more in store.
So you can give insights to local stores, for example, for some new products that they may add to their stock, and will have some very good demand in this area or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You are running the company. The question is probably more about motivation the team. Did you face this kind of challenges?
Yeah. In fact, I think we are a company with strong values. I think that people who are working here believe in these values and believe on the why of the company. But it's true that when you are growing fast, you have some challenges in terms of recruitment, in terms of making people grow in your own company. And management is something very important. I'm not very good at managing people, so I let people do it for me. But I love being with the team, sharing the vision, the values, working on the product, working with the sales team on the sales cycle. But I put manager in every business unit of the company to manage this issue.
I see. And probably can you give an advice to beginners, to beginning founders for their success?
I think that I have a lot of advices for beginners. I think that at the very beginning you have to find a product that fits to a market, and to test it, because we have found, in fact, there are a lot of good ideas which are in fact wrong good ideas. So I think that what is important is to really understand the market, really work on what has been done, what has worked, what has not. And I think that also you're learning more from the failure than from the success. So when you are building the company, it's still very important to understand, of course, the competition, not only the competition that succeed, the competitors that succeed, but also the competitors that fail. Understand why they fail, understand why the other succeed on doing their business. I think it's very important also to see if this idea or this project still is existing. If yes, where? If it's working, if yes, how much? And really take the time to understand the market, the competition, and what has been done. Because if it's to build something that is the exact same thing of an existing thing, you will not add some value to the market. You will have to find your own value. This is something very important. And also, when you start recruiting people, it's important to recruit people that believe in you, believe on what you are doing, believe on the company, because building a company is managing all the up and down, and you can have a lot in the same journey. So in the same day, sorry. So it's important to be surrounded with people that will help you managing all this time. Be happy of the success. Be here when it's hard, and this is like priceless to find these people.
What about the co-founder? Does it really matter to have a founding co-founder for support? Because you're saying the business is ups and downs. So how about it?
Yeah. At the very beginning, I built Wishibam. I started Wishibam alone, and it was very, very hard because I was really feeling lonely, and so I was very lucky, and I'm very happy to have found her CTO and her CEO, which are both my partners in this company. And it's true that it changed everything. But having co-founders partners, it's also challenging because it's like getting married. In fact, you will have to share the same vision, understand each other, be here when someone is like feeling a little bit down, or be here when it's too hard for someone, because having partners is not the same as having people in your team. When you decided to go with some partners, some co-founders, in fact, you have to help each other and to make each other grow with the company. And I think it's something kind of different. And it's the same. It's priceless to have the good people close to you, because as it's like fantastic to be an entrepreneur. Sometimes it's hard, and having the right people for a CTO or a CEO, it's key, I think.
Great, Charlotte. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time and for this interview. I believe it's really interesting and inspiring.